should be live. Now, I'm just gonna do a few things. Here we go. Okay, great. So, today's goal is pretty straightforward. Acquire slime, acquire redstone, and acquire all the other blocks we need. Oh, Jesus Christ, you guys joined in quickly. Good morning, everyone. Or afternoon, depending on where you are. Or noon. I'm not gonna discriminate against the... Well, pretty close. It has been all... We could call this a boss build, because it has been taking so much of my mentality out. But last time we finished up this thing. Now you might be wondering, what is that atrocity here? And I can tell you one thing, it's not lit up, so we'll go fix that first. It is 2:38 p.m. for me. So we have quite a few different time zones here, eh? Seems like Pickle and Void are in the same time zone. Alright, let's anyway, so to let you guys know what this monstrosity up here is, it's actually 3 monstrosities in one, which is pretty cool. So we have these guys here, which are auto brewers. So when I flick this and head to the other one too, and flick that on, this is gonna start filling up with different sort of potions, which is pretty cool, right? This is gonna turn into oozing potions, and this is gonna turn into infestation potions, right? And then those are gonna get let down through here, through our hobble line, over to our infestation potion, rather our oozing potion. The way this works is essentially by torturing allays, which is a pleasant thing to say, isn't it? So we have 36 allays in there, all sort of just taking drowning damage. So we have 36 allays, each given 3,600 slime an hour with this particular build here. So you see how all of this, like, slowly, that's on the timer, that's gonna give it a new infestation potion every time it is, every time there's a need for it. Which are then gonna move down to this one here. And in a little while, yeah, there you saw it, it threw a slime potion, which hits most of these here. Yes, I have seen the new copper update. It looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love the little golem thing. Hold on a second. The music feels a little bit louder than usual. It is. There we go. And we're also just gonna mess about with the sound from these silverfish. I don't want to listen to them right now. Yeah, the copper golem. I mean, I think the copper golem is gonna be good for the casual player. I don't think it's ever going to. I don't think there's a way for it to replace the big storage systems out there. No, I don't think so. Like, because as far as I see, like I saw a thread on it where it's like some of the most technical guys out there, right? And they're talking about the the golems being marked as a very inefficient entity, meaning that if you have like yeah, it's pretty much just a silverfish blender turning into a bunch of slime down there, which is a pretty cool. I actually kind of like this, but I don't know. But that the golems are very, very inefficient for lag. So if you needed to have enough of them to sort quickly, your game would be unplayable. So if you're gonna store a lot of items in a lot of different chests, it's not worth it. Oh yeah, go ahead. Watch it, Aaron. And then we can discuss. But I don't think it's Yes, exactly. So essentially, the allays here are unable to die from the from drowning damage. They heal just enough. We have 36 of them in there, which is the maximum amount this machine can handle. They're on this bubble beam, which shoves them up. There's a ladder there, so there's no mob cramming. There's this wall here, which prevents the allays from falling into the stream, but not the silverfish. The silverfish then fall into an ungodly amount of cobweb, which slows them down, because apparently only so many creatures in Java can dive while having the oozing potion on them. I mean, Pickle, that sounds kinda gay, but I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Wait, what's that? Wait, what's that, Draco? Biggest fan? What? Pardon? What is this? I've never seen that before. How did you? Huh? I've never seen that thing before. Give me a second. I gotta. Well, how did you get that? You can only see it in the YouTube chat, but apparently that is my number one. Is that like a thing you popped in? Apparently so. But it's pretty straightforward. It is a little bit noisy though, not gonna lie. But then we have all these auto brewers, sort of just brewing up all the potions that we may need for this. And it's sort of very efficient on the usage, right? Because it's clocked very precisely to that it only uses once the allays have run out their infestation course here. And then like it only throws whenever there's a lot in the middle, right? So it pretty much covers all of them, which in return then gives like massive amounts of slime down here, which we have a bunch of auto crafters, which is the first time we're using auto crafters. To sort of do anything, but I think it's kind of exciting to finally use some of the new blocks that I've sort of been neglecting to use, right? It's producing quite a few, a pretty decent amount of slime though. Hold on. So I'm like really happy with how efficient that is comparatively to the other slime farm we have. You came back from 10 hours of school while half of the world has summer holiday. I mean, I came back from 10 hours of work when most of you guys have vacation. Yeah, I think the copper golems, they're gonna be super exciting for the casual player. They aren't gonna there's no way they're gonna replace like the big storage systems, but like the early game for a little bit of just like a guy running around in your homes sorting through your small amounts of blocks. I think that's gonna be super super cool. Hey, Panjibo, welcome. Wonder. All right, Salsa, have a wonderful day, and well, I have no. All right, see you later, Salsa. Have a study well, study hard, man. I don't even know how somebody becomes. Uh, yeah, neither do I. It's the first time I've ever seen that thing, even. It is a little bit hard on the frames, this thing, but could I take on 35 allays? I mean, what do you mean by that? Oh, really? Wait, so have people sent me a super chat? Huh? Ah, right, in that way. Oh, wait, that. Oh, okay. Okay. I. Uh. Huh. Well, the more you know. The more you know. But yeah, yeah, nah, like if you're talking about fighting them on the super chat, I to be completely fair with you, I'm not even sure I quite know what a super chat is. um, so but I have a creeping suspicion that it might. Yeah, exactly. That it might involve money. I'd much rather you go out and buy yourself an ice cream in this wonderful weather. Okay, well, if you're talking about fighting them, then I could take on 1,000,000. Well, then buy yourself more ice cream for the money instead. Like I'm not, of course not opposed to free money. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm in a fairly good financial spot. Well, in that case, buy yourself a snack or a treat or a candy that you like, right? It's just something that you don't usually buy for yourself. I'd much rather that you buy something that you enjoy and then post a picture in the. Well, if you buy you something cheap that you can sort of enjoy that you don't often eat, maybe a Snickers, maybe an ice cream, like something small and nice, and then post a picture of. I made like a new channel inside of the. Wait, Draco, you don't have the Discord. Well, um, I'll take your word for it if you said you did it. But I made this new channel inside of the Discord for donations, where it's rather than you sending me money, I'd rather you go out and buy yourself a soda or an ice cream or a Snickers, something you wouldn't necessarily buy for yourself otherwise, and then eat and enjoy that. Right? I'd much rather see that than you sending me your hard-earned money, because again, I'm not gonna say no to it, but it would make me happier to see you guys using some of your money for yourself, if that makes sense. I wonder how much slime we even need for this build. So we're gonna do this part here, materials list. So I need about 700 more. Okay. uh, hmm. God damn it. Yeah, I know, Draco. That's since you don't have Discord, I'll just have to take your word for it. Alright, so Hero Brian has taken the #1 spot, it would seem. mm. I wonder how much slime we have down here now. Like, this slime farm is super convenient for those times where I need like a good push of slime, where like I don't have the necessary amount of slime that I want. I can just like quickly turn this thing on and then sort of fill up my inventory. Ooh, on that note, let's get rid of some deletes. Okay, let's turn everything off, because we have the amount of slime that we need for this. So we turn off the auto brewers. And we jump down here to turn off the... this thing, right? So it's just gonna run its course for a little bit. I think it is likely going to chuck one more Hey Julie, welcome. Well, Draco, so essentially we are making a big hole, right? We're making a world leader to make a big hole. And we're sort of getting close now. Like, everything has more or less been prepped. We just need to make the return station for this massive redstone build here. Because then that's slowly just going to sweep across this, removing everything here. Including water and lava. Well, the only thing it can't remove is the just gonna take care of these 2 levels here. Okay, there we go. The only thing it can't like remove are the what's it called? Obsidian. There we go. Right now, I regret not bringing a shovel. Alright, let's just make sure everything is under 50. I wonder if... No, there's nothing waterlogged over there, right? I guess the scaffolding actually is. Let's just remove the scaffolding then. Well, that's annoying. Is there scaffolding down here? I don't know. Okay. Good stuff. Well, that's a good question, Julie. I don't know why. The copper update? Well, a lot of people have been asking about it. I think it's really cool, especially for the early game. I don't think it's gonna matter much for me. Um, mm, like, I don't think there's gonna be. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think Mojang I don't think Mojang has ever made an update I wasn't like thrilled about. So, or I couldn't see why they were making. Like, I think Mojang has been pumping out bangers after banger updates. So, I mean, I give them credit where credit is due. It's one of the few game companies I think is actually doing like a consistently really good job. I think that's pretty cool. All right, let's sort through our inventory here. I think Mojang can be very proud of their own of their game. I don't think they've ever like, in my opinion, they never really missed, which is an incredible performance, right? Because I don't think most big games can say that they never really missed. Um, like, there's always a targeted audience with their patches, and I think they are bang on pretty much 100% of the time. Hmm. I get where you're coming from, Julie. However, personally, I think that is one of the things they can leave to modders. What did we have in here? Was this blank? No way. Well, there's nothing in it now. Oh. One of these are just pure stone. Okay. Why did I want to go up there? I wanted to go up here. Ah, right. I can't fit any more netherrack in there. In that case, I won't. Bye. Emeralds. These are also considered filter blocks. Light. And a little bit of glass. I think sort of the micro stuff, I think it's alright to leave to modders, considering... Well, I guess it's sort of different if you play Bedrock, but just another reason to upgrade into the superior game, I suppose. I think Minecraft as is, like, I don't... like the golem is, I feel like the golem is on the limit to what they should do. Comparatively to how things have been running. Okay. Alright, so now we need a bunch of pumpkins. Check. What's up, Draco? I do remember. Wait, how many do I need? Jesus Christ, I thought I only need a few. We're out. Of cobblestone, pretty much. Huh. Well, I suppose there's an easy fix for that. I love the sound of this. Wait, hold on, I'm also just gonna turn the hostile creatures back up. Like, can you guys hear the faint booms, the echoes? The boom, 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 boom. I love that faint sound. This is such a cool thing, honestly. I kind of love this build. Satisfaction types. Are there different types to satisfaction? Huh? Or is there a... right, like that. I don't know, to me, I guess they would have to be frozen in order for me to really enjoy it. Like, walking on, like, either like frozen leaves or like small puddles that are frozen and hearing the crackle. There's also like that good feel of like stepping on fresh snow. That always also gets me like real good. Hey, exclusive, welcome. But, pardon, what? That should be enough cobblestone for now, I think. I'm pretty sure he prefers hero, but I'm not gonna respond for him. Let's put away some of the cobblestone. Ah, wait, I should have brought some wood. Let's bring some wood. Oh. Oh, you have no preference anymore? Whee. Alright, now we have some wood. Okay, so how much more do I need? I need 5 stacks more. Oh, that's a lot. Let's start with 3, I guess. Or 2. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 7 stacks in total, so we can do that. That might not have been enough cobblestone. We'll see, I suppose. That should be enough. No, I need 16 more. But I don't quite have the necessary amount of iron. Yeah, that works. Okay, so now we have the necessary amount of pistons. Okay, now we might have to go FK by the witch farm, I fear. Because that seems to be an excessive amount of redstone blocks, doesn't it? Welcome back, Pickle. Yeah, so we need 5 stacks of redstone blocks, and we are not even close to that. So we're gonna have to go to the witch farm for a wee bit. Who doesn't love a little trip to the witch farm? Which is way over here, if I remember correctly. I think this is the right. Alright. The witch farm is pretty far away, but I mean, it's not too bad, I think. I still kind of love this design. Oh no, did they spawn before I could get underneath? Oh, that's kind of annoying. Oh, right. Right. We have a cat up here. So I don't actually have to worry about them spawning. Then we could just watch the seriously kind of hilarious way this works. I love this design. Like really, I really love this design. I just find it hilarious, you know, like seeing the witches just get pushed into it. What do you mean, pickle? Like, this is not the most efficient design by any means. But I do think it's pretty hilarious to look at. Yeah, I know, right? It's like just snowballs, and then he just gets chucked like the hell out of here, and then slowly falls down. I think like I just think it's a hilarious fun having all of these guys here just chucking snowballs furiously. Like, look at them. They're just like, what the hell is going on? So what happens here is this is a very specific location, Julie, because witches can only spawn in certain areas, right? They need to spawn by a witch hut. I think I have a witch hut, one more around here. No. I'm pretty sure there was another witch hut. But anyway, there are these small huts in the swamp, which is called a witch hut, and around those, witches commonly spawn. So if you clear out the witch hut and sort of use the area in which the witch hut used to be, which is this, and this, right? I can sort of exclude everything else from spawning. Now they're standing on ice, and as we all know, ice is pretty slippery. So when they spawn on this slippery ice here, which then makes these snow golems throw their ice or their snowballs at them. They then slip off the surface and end up down in this water, where they're slowly pushed to this spot, where there's a bunch of minecarts hitting them, right? So there can only be, is it 21 minecarts? I think. If you put 21 minecarts in one place, hitting them is going to do a massive amount of damage, right? So they all come up here, they die, and then they drop their loot into these chests here. So it's sort of like, since I know the witch is going to spawn right here, yeah, they're born to die, yeah, pretty much. They're born for their redstone. Yeah, right. So, can I, now that it's daytime, I wonder if we can spot out the other witch hut. Is it over here somewhere? Was it really that far away? The other witch hut? Let me know if you spot it out, because it should be kind of brown looking. I suppose it's further away. than the fly tool here can see. Oh, there's a monument over there. Or a thingy bob. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's right over there. So we'll just like fly over and take a look. Um, how's the guys doing? Just fine. Okay. I'm pretty sure that the witch hut is somewhere around here. Oh, right there. Right, so this is a witch hut. And I know that within this area here, so from this block to this block to this block, that it's pretty much only going to be right. So, for example, witch spawn there. That there's pretty much only gonna spawn witches on this, so I can then make a few couple layers, like I did over here. Where's the? I've gotten lost. Like I've done over here, where I know that it's pretty much just gonna be witches spawning. I know. I actually kind of like the swamps too, considering since they have this whole feel to them. Right. I haven't set an. Well, it's not an auto sorter, so I guess that sort of sucks. But the stuff we are here for, though, is this. And, well, I might as well bring home the gunpowder, too. But we're mainly here for the red stuff. I guess I could actually bring home the bottles, too. For the auto brewer. Like, there's no reason not just to fill it up completely. And so slowly we will get the amount of stuff we need. Though, as I said, it's not the most efficient design. However, it is. No. I followed a guide. I understand how it works, but I followed a guide because I did want something that was semi-efficient. It didn't like need to be super efficient. It just needed to be like pretty efficient. Because like I hate nothing more than to farm for redstone. Like I'm not a big mine guy. I don't particularly like mining, which is kind of weird. But I could probably have come up with this. Back to the old picture, eh, Julie? I can, but it's actually slower. In a raid, you only get witches on like the higher tiers of raids from the very beginning. So that means I would need I think it's from raid tier 3 and forward. They spawn from the very beginning, and there only spawns a couple of witches. Like it's a maximum of 4 witches, I think, for any given phase of the raid, right? So that means it can spawn between 1 and 4, which is for each phase of the raid. There's a maximum of 5 phases of the raid, which gives a maximum of 20 witches per raid. Now I can stack the raids up to 3 raids, meaning that I can get 60 witches per full raid. And a full raid within the confines of the raid farm is I can like get that around like complete a full raid, so get the 20 or 60, whatever, which is within a minute. Where here I get pretty much, I think it averages out to 5 witches every 10 seconds over, if you look at a time frame over an hour. Um, Meaning we get a lot more. Like then we get 10 times the 60, or sorry, 5 times the 60. So we're way above the line. We get a lot more witches this way than we do on a raid farm, in particular. And since also I haven't modified the raid farm for this newer patch where I would have to make drink the ominous potions, right? So there's even a further delay on that. While I might have plenty of ominous potions, I can't. Hey Anita, welcome. Thank you for the support. We're sort of just Oh, hey, sorry, gaming guy. I spotted that a little bit late, but welcome, man. Welcome, you too. Well, it's like a whole complicated process. Like a semi decent witch farm will always beat out a big raid farm. Like there are designs out designs out there. I saw this guy. I don't know if that raid farm would still work, but it's not gonna. Besides, raid farms are not gonna work in the patch onwards from this, so I'm not gonna be like using the raid farm much longer or ever again. There might be a chance that we're never gonna be touching raid farms. All right, see you soon, Julie. Um, but a semi-decent witch farm will always beat out a sizable raid farm. BRB, be right. Well, Julie, you do. Julie, you do know what BRB stands for, right? It's be right back. Just So essentially, I need to fill up my inventory with the redstone here, because I need 1 stack, 2 stacks. Oh wow, that's actually kind of bad. We need a lot of redstone. So this is only 1 stack of redstone blocks, and we are going to be needing 4 stacks, actually 5. So there's going to be quite a bit of a cave this time, I guess. I suppose. What do I think about Pickle? Oh, I like him. He's a very straightforward guy. Why do you ask? Although there's also, since you're saying, or are you saying pickles as in like the thing you eat? All right, Julie. All right. So if you're asking more about the food, uh, well, a pickle is not necessarily a cucumber. It's actually just a way to treat food. So saying pickles is not referring to a specific food, it is merely referring to a way to prepare a certain food. There, you can also have pickled carrots, pickled radishes, pickled beets. Like there are all sorts of things, but I like overall I think I like the process. I love a traditional cucumber pickle in my burgers. That's a good addition. I like a little bit of sourness and the little bit of saltiness in it. Welcome back, Pickle. What's up here, Brian? I actually think Pickle's personality fits with his name, being a pickle. A little bit sour and salty, but in a good way. Yeah, is that why you call yourself Pickle? Pickle. Yeah, yeah. Google would say that too. Yeah, yeah. I once fell down a few stairs and wanted to look up if like when I was younger, I fell down some stairs and I was unsure whether I had like broken or dislocated something. Full disclosure, I had not. So I looked it up on MD, and it told me that I had stage cancer, and that was the last time I ever used. Because like my arm was hurting, but so was my shoulder, and it told me I had cancer and was having a heart attack. And I was like, what, 9 at the time or something? I didn't believe it, to be fair. I didn't believe it. But, like, that sort of opened my eyes to how bullshit it can be. Ah, right. Well, I think your personality fits on it too. You're kind of sour and you're kind of salty, but in a good way. So I think your personality has morphed a little bit around that name. What came first, the pickle or your name? Yeah, I had Google thinks you're dying. Period. Well, to be fair, you are, but likely not as fast as Google thinks. Um, oh, you should take it as a compliment. I am finishing it off with in a good way, right? Did you take Sawcell's photo and add lipstick to it? Charmander. I know, I'm sort of basic, but Charmander, I don't know, it just has a special place in my heart, right? As a kid, when the original Fire and Blue came out, I picked Charmander because I thought Charmander was cute and cooler than the others. And then it turned into Charmeleon, and I thought it was too edgy, but then it turned into a goddamn dragon, and ever since then it's just like, it has a very special place in my heart. Though, I do kind of like Blastoise too, going from a kind of cute turtle into a kind of cute and a little bit edgy turtle into a turtle with like guns on its back. I mean, it's not very Pokemon or cannons on its back. It's not very Pokemon-esque, but it is a little bit cool. I'm not gonna lie. The Bulbasaur. I don't know. It like uh, if I wanted a walking lettuce on my team, I would pick a walking lettuce. But why would I pick a walking lettuce over a cool ass salamander or a turtle that has cannons on its back? Like why would I pick the salad if those are my options? That's my personal belief. I know Bulbasaur is technically the best starter in Fire and Blue and Fire Red and what is it called? Sapphire Blue? No. Yes? Ah, I forget what the other one is called. But yeah, right. I know there's a lot of people who is on the Bulbasaur train, and that's completely alright. I'm not gonna bash you for it. Bulbasaur is just not personally my favorite Pokemon out there. I think he's kind of boring. Then again, I've never really been into the grass types of any Pokemon game. I mainly play Fire Red and Emerald, so Gen 1 and Gen 3. Um, and like I have a preference on the fire types. And if not, it's always the water types. I don't think I remember a single game where I saw the grass type and went, oh yeah, that's cool as all heck. They're always sort of just to me. Oh, you thought his introduction in the anime was cool as a kid? Yeah, it was pretty cool. Though as a kid, I liked the Charmander introduction more. I don't know, there's just something about like Ash finding the Charmander left by his previous trainer on a rock to die in the rain. Right, and Ash comes running in and saves it, and Charmander then just gives his whole heart and soul to Ash until it evolves into a Charizard, and he doesn't have the necessary amount of badges to actually command it. Um, yeah, like I think. Welcome back, Saucer. Uh, I think they're probably going for different tropes where it's sort of like fire type is always supposed to be the aggressive, cool-looking ones. Water type is always supposed to be sort of streamlined and feel mm, be the middle point between grass and fire, where grass usually, to me at least, they're sort of toned down and they don't like look all that cool, but they have like a subtle charm to them, which is pretty cool, but it's just like not my thing when I play Pokemon. I don't care much about the different stats Pokemon have and all that sort of stuff. Like whenever I play Pokemon to have like the coolest looking Pokemon. So I don't really care too much about um, like having all the legendaries and all that sort of stuff, or like necessarily a good team. I just want a cool looking team. And I do have a very, very, very preference for dragons. Oh yeah. Rock types, they're like rock solid. I think pretty much every rock type is has a pretty cool design. Oh, would you look at all those phantoms? So many birds. We're waiting for a bunch of redstone, really. Because I need a lot of redstone for to complete this build or to complete this. So we're sort of just waiting for that, I guess. Hmm. I do have a crafting table. Nice. Because we need 5 stacks of this. Same. Same, Biggle. Same. But yeah, no, I think I really like the Pokemon. I really like Pokemon. I actually had a talk about Pokemon recently with some of my mates, and we all absolutely love Pokemon, and we all buy the games whenever they come out. Like we have every single Pokemon game out there. Um, but we do think Pokemon games are pretty garbage. Like, in all honesty, it would be so much better if Nintendo just left or made it so that everyone could compete with them, right? Competition could do the Pokemon games some good. Well, it's not even that they're too easy. I think the stories are kind of lazy. I don't think back in the day there used to be a style, but they kept changing the style of Pokemon, like the art style, so many times that, or at least in the games, that there isn't like a particular design anymore. Um, there isn't like a particular way they need to look or stylistically look, uh, which means that like it's all over the place in the different games. The plot lines are somewhat boring, or at least not as good as they could be. Um, all right, see you later, Saucel. Mm. Well, look, I'm not gonna badger the designs. Mm. Like, Pokemon have never been that creative to begin with. Like, people talk about the glory days, right? And then they often mention Gen 1, right? Let's talk about the first 5 Pokemon you encounter, right? The most creative of those is Bulbasaur, right? Bulbasaur is a lettuce with whips, right? That is the most creative thing of the first 5 Pokemon you encounter. Otherwise, you have a salamander, a turtle, like a salamander, albeit it has fire on its tail, so it's pretty cool, but that's about it. Then you meet a overgrown rat and a colorful pigeon, right? Those are the first 5 Pokemon you meet in Gen 1, right? Then you move a little bit further. Then you meet a worm with a pointy tip on its end, right? A Weedle. Again, not particularly creative. You can also chance to meet another worm with a cross on its tail and it's green. That's the Caterpie. You can also go to the left and you can come across a Mankey, right? Straight copy paste, right? If you're lucky, I think there's also a chance for Venom. I forget the actual name. My mates and I have a pun on this name, but the Venom blue thing. I think you can also meet that over on the left. You can go a little bit further, then you meet then you come across Kakuna and Metapod, which are, I mean, not really amazing designs. You can also come across a yellow rat that can shoot lightning. That is kind of creative, but, it's the flagship, right? But it's not really that creative design-wise. After that, you come across... we already at Subats. No, we're not. Now we're at the first gym. Right, where you meet a Geodude and an Onix. Onix, pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty good design. Big snake out of stone. We like that. Geodude, sort of weird. Floating rock with arms. I mean, those are sort of... Those 3 and a Bulbasaur are the most creative... No. Pikachu is a rodent. Which, no. So I think like I think the designs, they haven't gotten less good. over time. Though I will say that there are a couple of things I do find kinda on the edge of what Pokemon should be, but then again, I can't really comment too much since we have things like Muck and right. I like to bash the guy who's like a set of keys and the other guy who's like a trash bag. But then again, we in the first generation we do have Muck, which is a slimy substance moving across the ground and it's toxic. Um, don't 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 apply the spell at reverse to figure out what it is like you can with Ekans or Arbok. Again, like Arbok, Ekans, Snake, and Cobra backwards. Like, it's not like Pokemon was super creative when it first came out. But why does Pikachu have sharp ears though? Uh, I don't think they're sharp. What do you mean? Well, I mean, Pikachu is a rodent. Uh, I, and again, the, I'm just spoiling it. I do think. I don't know. I think Pikachu is a rat too. Cause, and this is my reasoning, right? Pikachu are super temperamental, right? They're not super. They're not easy to train. They're highly intelligent, and they have their own personality, right? Whereas, which I think fits better in line with the thought of a rat, because a rat is highly intelligent, at least compared to I think the technical description for Pikachu is actually an electric mouse, but I think that is the proper way to describe Pikachu. I think Pikachu is an electric mouse. Let's just check out. What is Pikachu? Yeah, Pikachu is a fictional electric mouse Pokemon, right? So it's a mouse type. Sort of, Julie. I'm not going to argue too much with that. But still, like, Pokemon is not like even the first generations wasn't being super creative with the design. When I'm talking about style, I talk more about the uh, so you know how Borderlands has a particular style that they kept to, right? Sort of cartoonish, hard outlines, weird shading and colors. That so Borderlands have kept that style throughout all of its releases, right? How Doom has all of the like where everything is dark but still somehow in bright colors, rough edges, that sort of thing. Pokemon used to have that up until I want to say Sword and Shield, where they sort of rounded out a lot of the edges. They removed the bold outlines. As a design choice, I thought that was foolish because it made Pokemon less recognizable. It made them more streamlined, yes, but it made them less recognizable as in comparison to their otherwise mainstream focus that they had so far. Um, and then they changed it up again when they started releasing the games such as Let's Go Pikachu, no, Let's Go Eevee, whatever they're called, and Arceus and all those open world versions. Yeah, well, but I don't know. I think within like the different games Pokemon have, they are sticking within this chosen style. I just think it was a mistake moving away from the bold outlines, uh, the overall, let's try and keep things cute and have a few divergence, rather than what it has sort of turned into now, which is um, the thin outlines, sharp edges, and very bright or very gray colors, right? There's not really anything in between, um, where it all went with a different intensity, right? All Pokemon sort of had the same intensity color. There was none that was like neon green. They all had like, let's say, go with a what can I think of a line of the same intensity? Common red, navy blue, cobalt blue. They also have sort of have the same intensity color-wise, whereas right well today we have multiple Pokemon that have neon colors, or rather the extreme variations of the colors, and then we still have some that stick with the old scheme of sort of toned down but still very clear colors. Alright, see you later, Pickle. Is that a weasel? Julie? No, it's not a weasel. It's a, a girl and a basket. I thought it was like, since it's so small on my side, like let me show you. Let me show you. Um, I thought like that was like the bottom there was the tail of a weasel, and that was the furry undercoat of a weasel standing on its legs, and you couldn't see its head. Turns out when I made it bigger, it was a girl standing there with a basket. Hmm. Hmm. Good picture though. Hmm. I wonder how much redstone we got now. Not a whole bunch in that one. Hate to see it. A little bit more in that one. That's kind of good to see. A little bit more in this one. That's really nice to see. A decent amount in this one. Alright, so we have one stack. We have another stack of redstone. Hmm. But yeah, sort of just finishing this up. We need a bunch more redstone. Besides, I mean, I think I could look at this switch farm for like forever. It is absolutely, I really like the way it works. And we always keep a cat, or I want to keep a cat up here, mainly because, I mean, there was a free cat with the witch farm. But also, in case I don't stand quite covered enough, phantoms won't come and knock me off because they're scared of cats. You found a game called Forsaken in Roblox, okay? What is it about? Alright, I actually... I think I might have. I've played a Minecraft Roblox like called Forsaken, which is just a complete rip-off of a zombie game. Oh, can I remember what it's called? Oh, I don't think I can. But where you essentially run around, find weapons, and there are other players and zombies and stuff. I remember it being pretty decent, at least at the time where I was playing it. Oh, really? So it's just an Among Us ripoff, sort of? I know my mates and I, we started playing Sons of the Forest here the last couple of days, which we're actually having a lot of fun with. Not necessarily that we're good at the game or that we're progressing the game. We haven't really. We sort of just decided that we wanted to build a super epic base in Sons of the Forest, or rather, I did. So I spent like 4 hours building a house, which I mean is absolutely amazing. Alright, see you later, Julie. Have a wonderful day, yeah? But I mean, I'm like, Sons of the Forest is actually pretty good. 150 what exactly, Airbrain? Oh yeah. How do you earn XP though? I don't understand. Since it's something new that sort of happened on this stream. It's nice bringing home a little bit of gunpowder to shoot. No idea. No idea. How would I know? I don't even I don't even know how it happened, dude. Did I really? Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna look at my studios on my side to figure out what's going on here. So it's probably underneath the... No, no, no. Control panel. Uh, mm, mm, Analytics. Audience. Comments. No. I have no idea. I honestly have no clue. Ah, it's a new feature in YouTube. Okay, YouTube biggest fan ad. Huh? Update. Alright, here we go. YouTube has an experimental feature, top fan feature, allowing creators to identify and engage with their most dedicated viewers according to the YouTube official blog. This feature includes a leaderboard and ways to sort and view top fan comments. Additionally, YouTube is working on improving ad suitability review process, which may help monetization decisions. Top fan features. Alright. This feature is designed to help creators connect to their most engaged viewers. It includes a leaderboard that ranks fans based on their engagement with the channel. Sorting and views. Creators can sort the leaderboard by factors like date the viewer is subscribed and view additional comments from your top fans. Okay. Adding circles. This feature allows creators to easily add their top fan to their top fan circle. I have no idea what that means, but well, the more you know. The more you know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I gotta check out my studio at some point. I haven't like been in my YouTube studios forever because like I don't bother looking too much at it. I'm just gonna stream anyway, right? I'm not. How is my? Shall we take a look at my studios while we There's no reason not to. Give me a second. Just gotta search this up. All right. So keep in mind, all of this is gonna be in Danish, so you're not gonna know much from it, right? But what do we have here? We have okay, that's cool. 608 plus 11 the last 28 days. That's pretty cool. Over the last 28, 147 hours. That's pretty cool. How are my analytics looking? Are we doing well? Sort of, I suppose. Oh, wait. No! I have a few less views than normal. Well, I suppose that's it. Nothing really interesting there. Alright. Surely we have earned about another stack of redstone. Whee! Not a lot of redstone actually makes it through all of this, so... So close to her. We're just one stack short of another stack of redstone blocks. Let's get some more rockets. Well, I guess the good thing about doing this is that we're also going to be earning a little bit more gunpowder so we can fill up on the rockets. So we need a lot more redstone in order to complete this. I think I have half a stack at home, which we might hit home when we're like 31 short or something like that, because I think that's about the amount that we currently have access to. I think when we get to actually make the base, like on the outside where we're gonna have all our redstone stuff, like deep underground, I think I'm gonna go at, like, make a villager trading center where we can have like a bunch of villagers, so I can trade for a bunch of redstone in one go. Like if I can trade for, like, let's say 3 or 4 stacks of redstone blocks in just one go, then that would be highly beneficial. I would have to figure out how many villagers we would have to have in the system for that, but look at these poor guys. They're just like standing up here and then especially wild here on the middle one whenever some spawn. Just like they all have access to the middle ones. Like these guys, and these guys can all hit the middle ones. But for a hardcore world that's 2,600 days long, I do feel like we should have a better redstone machine, but I don't know, we're just not tinkering a lot with redstone, are we? We're just sort of enjoying life as is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't slowly die, if that's any comfort. Like, I mean, that's pretty fast if you ask me. Like 1, 2, 3. It's only like 3 seconds it takes them to die, so I don't think I would call that a slow death by any means. I guess it would be quicker by my hand, but I think there's a way to make this quicker. Like if I were to change out these blocks here, and go all the way up and just make a giant portal here instead, lead them through through there and then up here, make them pop out of a portal up here, so I could hit them. I could probably get more redstone, and I could probably get it quicker too. Since as we just counted, there's about a 3-second delay on like their death. I would imagine there's probably like 5 to 6 seconds from when they spawn here. Let's try and see if we can't find one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so it's actually at 12 seconds before they die. If we could get rid of them quicker, which would be possible, we could also just like remove this bit here and then have the portal there. That would probably be more efficient, because then they would be removed from the cap right away. And then I would then I would only have to like make a factory line pretty much in the nether, moving them back up here. Then we could also hit them with looting and get even more. I might try something like that over on the other witch farm, or over on the other witch hut at some point, to try and see if we can make a homebrewed version of this. I wonder what the rates are for a portal-based witch farm. Here's apparently the most efficient witch farm ever, which is 8,671 an hour. It does look pretty darn awesome, not gonna lie. Looks pretty cool. Oh, and it's also a version that requires the player to hit the witches. So it would function as a wait, so how long does it take for the witch? Okay, so the witch die, like the longest a witch takes to die in that machine from spawning is 3.22 seconds. That's pretty interesting. Though I would imagine that to get the rates that he's talking about, we probably need to make it in a perimeter, and I'm not making another perimeter. I can guarantee that. Especially since we would have to be on the ground, like actually hitting them. So I don't think that's worth at all. I know. Well, it's really up to them. If they wanna just stick around and have a good time and quietly watch along, then I'm just fine with that. Alright, when it's daytime, surely I will have enough of enough redstone to complete this AFK session. Now I still need a few observers. I'm not quite sure I have enough for that. I'm pretty sure I have enough sticky pistons. The white terracotta might be a stretch. Not sure. We'll have to check that out later. I know where I can get some real quick though. Like the goal for today's session is to finish up the World Eater, so we can start running it. Once we can start running it, we can finally actually start gathering the blocks for our big build. Because I'm just gonna be building it from the bottom up. I think we might gather up and do most of the inside before we start doing the outside. right? So we're essentially going to be making all the pillars, all the platforms, and the storage system before we start building the outside of the farm. And my reasoning for that is that I think it's just going to be way easier. Because then we can also store a lot of blocks while we like build, right? Which is going to be pretty exciting. Well, to be fair, the first short that the first short and the only short that's on the channel, I didn't make it. Turns out when somebody clips something on Twitch, it automatically uploads it as a short to my YouTube channel. I think that's something Streamlabs does for me. So I didn't make it. I had no control over that. It just did it all on its own, and then it did super well, which, I mean, or at least for my standards, it did super well, which I really enjoyed. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I don't really want to edit. However, Hero Brian, I have actually found a guy who's offered, and we are currently working on making the hardcore streams into a hardcore series. And we're actually working on the very first episode. Or rather, he's working. I'm giving my input. Alright, Draco. Have a wonderful day there, though. I appreciate you checking in. It's been a while since you've been here so long. But we're actually working on episode 1 right now, which is, well, when we spawned in on the island and we did everything. It's going to be somewhere in between 20 to 30 minutes long. It's going to be that format. And we might, I might make the thumbnail myself. I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, you're still gonna watch me? All right. Well, in that case, I'm more than happy you're sticking around. But yeah, so like I might not be making shorts, but there's a chance that you might see a legitimate series come out sort of soonish. We're sort of tweaking on the format we're using to sort of make it easier to edit more videos going forward. Again, I'm not responsible for the editing, and I'm just sort of enjoying enjoying that somebody else is willing to do it for me, you know. To like take 4 to 6 hours of content and then push it down into a 20-minute extract, showcasing everything we've done. Alright, so surely we have enough redstone now. Come on. Oh. There we go. A little bit of redstone here. Gunpowder. We like the gunpowder. Redstone. Nice. Chest plate. Let's keep that on us. That's sort of valuable. Oh, I actually can't fit all of that in my inventory? Really? Hey, Dog Eagle. Welcome. And hi. How are you, man? Alright. So, let's get that. And now we should have enough. I'm hoping that we don't need to make any observers. Because if so, we're screwed. Because I don't really want to AFK for any more redstone today. I feel like I have AFK'd plenty. I of course do it. Well, it's only been 2 days, man, since you joined in the first time. Of course I remember. You've been acing exams lately? Well done, dude. Well done. Alright, so we have enough redstone. Now, hold up, let's actually take a look. How is our honey doing? Oh, hello! We have a bit more honey than I anticipated. No, that they're not supposed to go into circulation. That would be terrible. Oh my, there's so much honey left in this machine. Huh. Well, I did make this for the sole purpose of getting a bunch of honey, but... My god, there's even up there? No way! Well, I may have underestimated how efficient this thing was. I have no shulkers in here, really? Why did I take my shulkers out? Well, I guess we're gonna have to do this by hand then. We are just gonna have to come back for this. You're gonna start a channel in 5 more days? Damn, let's go. What are you gonna be doing on the channel? Alright, let's get rid of the honey that we have on us. Let's grab some paper. Should I have some paper in here? I do. Nice. And some rockets. Alright, let's just make as many rockets as I can. I mean, it's gonna keep me stated for a while, I think. Good stuff. Put all of the redstone in here. Now let's check out, do we have the necessary? Not at all. Alright, so how many more observers do I need? 3 stacks. 1, 2, 3. Oh, observers are just so rough on my my cobblestone supply. Especially since I don't really have a cobblestone supply. Do we have some? Did I leave some cobblestone over here? I wonder. Blackstone, no, 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 no. Gotta hate that. That is a lot of observers, but I mean, we're gonna get them back, but it's just kind of sucks, you know. Make me observers. Okay. Oh, it requires 2 stacks of redstone per thing? Well, hold up then. Just gonna wait. Okay, good. We. So we need twice as much redstone as I thought we did. Hmm. Okay, that should be plenty. Ah, a lifesteal SMP. Alright, alright. I mean, if I wasn't so terrible at PvP and actually had an interest in PvP, I might actually have tried some of that stuff out, but oh. This is a painfully slow process, not gonna lie. Do we have a bit of... Oh, we do. Nice. Okay. That should be enough. Nice. Let's just bring this home. Good. We're gonna need 2 stacks, well actually about 3 stacks of sticky pistons. Now while we were at the redstone place we should have brought the white glazed terracotta. Alright, hereby and have a wonderful day, yeah? So, observers, check. Cobblestone, gone. So about 3 stacks of sticky pistons. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. White glazed terracotta. Now that's a little bit more of a stretch of what I might have. I have a little bit of white glazed here. White concrete. Do we have... I have a little bit in here. White terracotta. And I guess that will be more than enough, but let's also just get the last bit of obsidian here. I only need 4. Alright, then let's go glaze this terracotta up and do I have any down here? Well, we have a little bit just lying around. Though I reckon I might try and steal as much of the glass as I can here. Oh, I have a stack too much. There you go. Okay, so now we have the amount of blocks that we need for this, which is absolutely amazing. So now I just need to add that to our chest here, I suppose. This is actually not needed, and I'll also pop a few in here, so I don't end up in that awkward position again where I don't have the necessary stuff. Let's just get one more blue. Okay, so now we have all of the stuff required. And we just need to make sure that it is now lined up perfectly with the world, like with this station. Otherwise, it's all gonna blow up wrong, which would really suck, right? So we have this section here. Right, and I wonder how precise I have to be. I guess we can start by placing it down over here. Rotating it into place, figuring out the lower layer, and then I simply just need to figure out the upper layer. So if we go load schematic, station, load. Right now it's turning the wrong way, which we rotate. We don't like. I gotta see the whole thing though. To make sure that Oh no, have I forgotten? How do I build that much stuff? What do you mean? I take my time and place block for block. Oh, but I think we might be running into issues here. I did not consider that part. Meaning I probably have to put off the world eater for a little bit until we have bombed this all the way down. That really sucks. Ah, it's... Wait, or do I? Yeah, I need to at least have this where it's supposed to be. Like I need to at least bomb this part here away. Like that can stay, but everything on this side needs to go. Well, I guess there's no, nothing to do but start it, I suppose. So this is gonna have to wait. We're just gonna put these down here. Perfect. And now we need to make two small TNT machines. We'll need to get our sponges. I'll grab some obsidian too in case... No. Fuck the obsidian. Right, so I need some TNT. Ah. I need more than one TNT. I need at least two. Please say we have some gunpowder. Gunpowder. Maybe I have some stray gunpowder in one of these chests. No. Please, just 5 gunpowder. No. I suppose we're going to the gunpowder farm. To stand for a couple of seconds. But what exactly do you mean, Dog Eagle? Like, are you interested in thought process or style or anything like that? I'm more than happy to indulge you. It's just I'm not quite sure what you're asking, and I want to be as precise as I can. That's fine. We don't need a whole bunch of gunpowder. I just need enough to make a couple of TNT. Which this should suffice with. A little bit of sand. That should be plenty of TNT. 2 more than we need actually. What else do we need for this? I kind of forget. But let's try and see if it doesn't come back to me. So we pop TNT in there. I get some walls of any kind, really. We get some coral fence here. We get a bunch of slime. Do we have that? We do have that. Wonderful. Well, that can also just be turned into slime blocks now. Well, let's bring all that actually, but I don't want the slime balls on me. There we go. Slime. I don't remember if we need slabs, but I'll bring some. Just because I'd rather have some with me than not, I suppose. We're gonna need some obsidian for the return stations. Ugh, can I not just find the video with the okay, materials needed. Let's see here. We need some sticky pistons. We need 4. We need 4 repeaters. Lucky us. Obsidian, we need some solid blocks. Iron trapdoors times 2. Well, times 4 actually. Since we're making 2 of them. Observers, we have some of those over there. Need to be a wee bit of redstone. Alright, and of course some rails. And some minecarts. I think this should be all what we need. Let's see. Slime, check. Redstone, check. Observers, not check, but we have those over there. Iron trapdoors, check. Obsidian, check. Redstone repeater, check. Sticky piston, check. Walls, check. Coral, check. Rails, check. Lever. We need 2 levers. Levers check, TNT checks, and minecarts check. Nice. Let's grab some sponges too. Now they are going to be wet right now because I didn't dry them last time, but because we're for sure going to have to remove a bunch of water. Oh, and I don't have a portal over there anymore, do I? No, I do not. Hoping this is not going to be too much of a recurring theme that we have to go back. Well, I appear offline because otherwise a lot of people write to me, and it's sort of distracting when I'm trying to just play my own game, or like either when I stream or just play my own game. Like having a lot of people write to me just seems a little bit distracting. And when I'm like playing along with my mates, it's sort of distracting too to have a bunch of messages just pop in all the time, you know? Good. We have the sponges. Wait, hold on. Let's grab a few stacks of blocks over here from over here. No, not the sand. We can use that, I guess. That's gonna work for now. Because I do need to close off the water to a certain degree. So from here, let's just go one more to the side. Okay, so this is where I'm putting the wall down. So all the water that is on this side of it, of the wall, needs to disappear. So we're just gonna run across here for now. Now, where the issue might come in. 36, okay. Is down here, because I think there's somewhat of a lot of water there. Yep. Yep. We hate to see it, but it is what it is. Wait, I actually need to do this further away. I actually need to do that wall here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here instead. Alright, let's get rid of water, I suppose. That's one water gone. Okay, let's just continue on this line here instead. So 33. Now the reason why I'm doing this so far away from the from what we actually need is because the TNT is going to blow up the wall otherwise. Letting in the water here, which I really don't want. So we're sort of going over it preemptively to make sure I don't have too many issues with this. Then 1, 2, 3, and then we put a wall here. 1, 2, 3, here. Now there's going to be a lot more wall work than this. I can unfortunately already anticipate that, but it is what it is. I shouldn't leave that intact. because there's a very, very big underwater lake underneath this area, which is why we're making the world eater that we are making, because it will save me a bunch of time on doing this work. But in order to put down the world eater, we do have to first clear out so all the machinery can run smoothly across. And clear the water. Luckily, we've done this so many times that I'm pretty much used to it now. Which is very lucky for my sanity, because I absolutely hate doing this water stuff here. But I've grown somewhat resistant to it over the over the time we've been doing all of this. Okay, so that is now complete. I do think that is probably okay for now. I do need to grab out a shovel. To remove some of the wall over here. Especially here, to make sure that this wall stays intact. And you're, Dark Eagle, you're always more than welcome to write to me. I do see most of the messages I see again, and I try to respond to them. So you're more than welcome to hit me up. But I spent most of my time after stream on with mates and such, so I won't always respond right away, but I'll try to for sure. Can I go over here and like get into the no? There. All right, check. So, all right, not wearing the lighter. It's fine. I suppose I go to the corner here and we go up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Blocks up. I might not. I'm just gonna remove that schematic for now, since otherwise it's gonna get in the way. I can actually remove that schematic too. There's no reason to have it there. Right. This, and then we set up the TNT duping machine. I'm not going to be able to see chat for a little bit, so just and to build how much forward? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. We will remove most of this platform after the fact, but for now. So we pop in the TNT right here. How much of that can I fit in my inventory? I think quite a bit if I simply empty out any useless or non-related stuff. Nice. That looks about right. Okay, we're just gonna try and follow along here. Wall on top. Observer. Ah, right. I haven't gone to grab the observers. So we're just gonna have to quickly fly over here, look into the red shulker, grab out a couple of observers. Grab an observer. Slime in a L shape with hold on. Moving too quick. I forget how to make this machine. With that there, the rail here, the coral here, okay. So I put down one of these here, 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 here. Walk over here, put that not so it's facing downwards, but facing really. Facing that way. Now we go to the back here. Piece of obsidian. Observer on top of the obsidian. This here. One delay. there. This here. You flick that up. Nice. And if I remember correctly, that is pretty much the build for the, like, I still need to add in an observer facing up into that, but otherwise, this is what it's supposed to look like. So, we're just gonna make another one right next to it, which this time is going to be a lot easier, because now I remember how this goes. But I don't remember if I can straight up just put down the minecart now. I can. Okay. Perfect. Well then. Let's just make sure we remove that. So if it falls or if it suddenly activates, it will be pushed. 1, 2, 3, bam. Like this. Get the coral. Place that on this here. Pretty darn identical, aren't they? This here. Take slow. There. Remove that and place this in. Flip it up. Right. So now we need to make the return stations for these two. Right? Pretty straightforward. Oh, don't touch those. I need to make the return stations for these. And I do that on minus 543 and on minus 540. Alright, and then down on layer 56. So now we fly all the way over here. Oh, and it looks like I might have part of one still here. That's a good catch. We didn't want to have that be in the way of the machine anyway. So fix. Here. 43, right? Here we have one. Now, I don't remember what the station needs to look like. Right, it needs to look like somewhat like this. Redstone, redstone. And a one right there. Now a full block on top of this. Temporary block, full block, move. Ah, well, we could actually use this for the observers. Perfect. And now we just extend this a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of manual labor to this, but that's okay. And that is essentially it for this small TNT tuber. I thank you for the offer, Doc Eagle. Sorry, I only saw your message now. But um, I am setting up my own server of sorts, or rather, I'm a part of a server, but I don't really play a lot on servers in general. As I love my own hardcore world too much for it, really. So we pop that there, and that there. Now, before I start them, I need to remove the blocks here underneath, otherwise the slime will get caught. Which, bluntly speaking, would really suck. Right, so this now, well, I'm actually unsure, so I'm just gonna remove that too, and this. Always be safe with when involving TNT. Alright, good. So now when I flick this, now that is an issue right now, but I can fix as that goes on. That's where all the temporary blocks come in. Good stuff. And essentially we're just going to be jumping here on the back to both pick up some blocks that we can make walls with. Now our inventory is currently full. I do want this, and this on my hotbar though. And also to make sure that we can Hey Draco, welcome. What do you mean, Draco? See, this is what I have not been looking forward to. So I'm right off the bat gonna fly over here. Press these. Right, forgot about this place. That's better. Pardon? Ah. Right. Oh, it's at 56. My god. Right then. Of course lost the TNT, however, I did bring extra, so not so atrocious that we can't fix. Why did I waste a sponge on that? It's Not supposed to. No, I need that. Did it already flow all the way down? I doubt it. Must have been caught on something on the way down. Oh well, I don't actually need it, do I? No, I do. God damn it. Where did it end up? Is that a spider? Oh, hello. There's something down. Ah, that's just an arrow. Ah, it got swept in here. What are we gonna drop? Nothing. We're just gonna pop all of this back in. Because I did a goof. Oh, I can't believe I did that goof. That's annoying. And we're getting close to the limit for how long I can continue today. My god, just bad timing upon bad timing, I suppose. Catch it? No. Okay, good. Oh, it only went down there. We can work with that. I do need my observers, so please don't run away. We did bring more than plenty slime, so I'm not really too picky about losing some of that. But observers, though, we don't want to lose any of those. Walls, we also brought extra, so it's fine. I do need to remove all of this, though. I do need to go back and get more observers, it would seem. Oh, sorry, sticky pistons. That might be easier to fix by simply just fixing the, Nah, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. So, remake the machine. Because I done goofed. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here we go. I also need one more minecart. Let's keep that in mind for when we're back there. Okay, check. Now this is fixed. Now we just go back to the base to grab a few more things. Hey, Saucil, welcome. Alright, see you later, Dagil. Bye! Sorry, I'm just very focused on the redstone, you know, it's I don't have that many brain cells to work with, so after working for like 10, 11 hours, I don't have the capacity to to both think and do redstone and respond to chat. Like sometimes I'm just too slow for it. See ya. Right. It was these guys we were missing a couple of. Let's just bring a few extra, so in case I mess up again. Repeaters, I should have enough. Redstone, I should have enough. This I have enough. This I have enough. Okay, so it's just the. Let's remove the hitboxes. 11 viewers. I know. We've been. Ah, did you know that a? Well, you do know because I've said this before, but a squid's brain is donut shaped. Sawcell is actually not a saw. He is a squid. He is Squid Cell. The more you know. Okay, so not here, but here. Let's just make sure we remove these bits. No! I don't know where that creeper is, but where are you? There. Is this not lit up? Yeah, it is. Okay, so there's nothing up here that can spawn and jump down to me. Good to know. Good to know. Wall, bam, bam. 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 Let's just remove this. No longer a need for it. Ah, nope. Wrong way. Fix. Good job, me. Fix. Good. Alright, so the TNT machines are back in... Oh, wait. This is missing a very vital piece. So the TNT machines are now back in order. So now I fly over here and do what I did before, except I do it on the correct layer. See you, Dark Eagle. Alright, so... I should have kept a couple of those blocks. Oh well. I do need to deal with that. How did that not deal with this? Hello? No, sponge, come back to me! Creeper, nope, 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 nope. I'm wearing an elytra. I'm not in a good spot to take that explosion. It's quicker just to block this up. Why am I not just doing that? Come on. Really? Is there more holes? There are more holes. Okay, for now, we're just gonna block down here to get rid of all of those blocks there. While that slowly moves down. People who are currently watching. Though it might also just be YouTube's algorithm looking with their bots. That does happen every now and then. It's called crawlers. Looking in, making sure I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be. Really? It's so annoying. Bugger off. Okay. Now this is fine. I can then remove these blocks here. Let's make the water come down again. I just didn't want it in 2 layers, which is why we did it like this. I've messed that up somehow. And of course it spreads, right? Yeah, it does. Why wouldn't it? How do I deal with this? Sponges. Let's try. What do you mean? Soso? No, sponge, come back to me. Thank you. Okay, now we have a clean surface. I need to do that from over here. And then we go all the way up to 56. Instead of just 50. There we go. We remove that. One tick. One tick. Put that there. Here. Bam, bam, bam. That didn't need to be there. And where's the observers? There we go. Good. We hear the sound that we're supposed to hear. Okay, so now I think I can run the machine again. However, before we do so, we did hit a bunch of water somewhere. Now that was right here, wasn't it? Yeah. So I need to make up a wall from about here. I guess we can use the stone over on this side. So we're going to have to remove all of that water in a second, but first let's get some more blocks to work with. These are also more blast resistant, so like even if a stray one comes across, there's a bigger chance that more of the wall is going to survive, which makes it easier to fix. Grab out our sponges. I suppose we just start the work of emptying this area out. Okay, perfect. This area is now clean. And I think it's clean all of the way. Nope, not quite. We have a little bit of water here, trying to escape into our area we need to remove. So, we can now relaunch the Alright, and see you later, Salsa. Why did that not appear in that chat there? Oh. Ah, right. observers in these spots here. We're just gonna let this one go a little bit behind the other one. Let's actually wear this. Oh, the lighter also needs a good fix. Well, in that case, let's go turn this machine off. And return also, just call it a day. Water coming through, eh? And a lot of water coming through. Fix, and they're coming back just as they're supposed to. Wonderful. Without too many issues so far. Right, this is what I've been afraid of for a while. This hole here. Because in here we're gonna have to make an absolutely massive wall. As you can see, it needs to be absolutely massive and it needs to be on both sides. I've already started a little bit on it, but it's not quite enough, is it? But let's take a look. Is everything else in order? looks mostly okay. Well, we have a little bit here where we're seeing some flooding, but again, that's just fine too. And here we're seeing some flooding. I might have to push the water back here a bit, especially from like up here. I did put down 2 sponges, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Of course, the last one is underneath a magma block. I might have to push this wall back one, unfortunately. It would seem like most of the wall there survived, but it wasn't quite enough pushback, so we start seeing these major holes in it, which I don't want to deal with if I have a choice. And luckily I do, so. Yeah, somewhat. But then again, it's also getting towards the end of the stream, so I'm alright with it. I'm quite alright. Any more water accidents? Doesn't seem like it for now, at least, which is very nice to see. Okay, so we'll continue this work tomorrow. Before we head off though, I am just gonna go repair the elytra. We wouldn't want that breaking down on us. We're just gonna go way up and then down. Stand over here. Over here. Where did the first fork go? I think I dropped it somewhere in the nether. No. Yes. Yes. I think the first fork we dropped. No. The first fork I dropped somewhere in the forest. And the and even though this one is called Fork 2.0 or version 2, it's actually the third, because the first one that was called Fork I dropped in the nether. So I mean, it's I'm terrible at taking care of my forks. Nice. And we are now, once again, fully sated. So I think we're gonna call it for today, but I don't know, should I put another machine on? Phantom swooshes. I might actually have to make an additional machine just to make sure that there's enough space. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Oh well, it's not too bad. It's just kind of annoying. kind of annoying. I wonder if you could do like the same thing, like make it a double explosion, so it's 2 TNT that falls by having a TNT there, the wall on top of it. Just have that cross bump bump bump. I might try that out, because that means I might be able to double up on the destructive power of these and dig quicker. I don't know. But I think for today it's been a pretty successful stream. We've gotten all the stuff that we needed, and figured out that we forgot to do something, so now we have to sort of backtrack and do that. But thank you so much for watching. I had a pretty brilliant time, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Yeah. So have a good one. Cheerio, and Joe out.